Hey guys, today we're gonna look at your future spouse's first impression of you. We have three groups to choose from. You can pause the video and choose the group that you're most drawn to. The timestamps are given in the description and the chapters, and I'll see you in your reading. Hey Group 1, today let's take a look at your future spouse's first impression of you. We have Three of Pentacles, the World, Knight of Cups, the Emperor, Six of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles. We have three Pentacles cards. Your future spouse will get the impression that you are very hardworking with all these working cards. See, like, okay, with the Three of Pentacles, first of all, I'm getting this feeling that they might, like, you guys might meet in a setting that you are really focused on your work. Maybe you are really focused on a certain project. Okay, this is a general reading, so it might mean different things. So I'm getting a couple different scenarios. The first scenario I'm getting, like, it could be a work situation that they might be your coworker or something, or they first see you when you are working. Or it might be a situation where, let's say, you are in a coffee shop and you are working on your laptop or something, and they might see you from a distance, like that, like something. And I'm just giving examples, okay? It might also be something else, but something about you being focused on your work, or you being focused on something, and like you are not looking at your surroundings, or like you will not notice them first. That's what I'm getting. They will notice you first, and they will see you from a distance, you being focused on a certain work that you're doing. It might be career related work, or it might also be some other work, but you are really focused onto it, okay? And with the other Pentacles card, I'm also getting, they, like, the first meeting, they might get the impression that you are really down to earth, that you are really easy to talk to, and you're really focused on your finances, your career, your path, your goals. With the Emperor as well, you might be someone who is quite focused on in your career, or like you have really aspirations, like career goals, aspirations, and all of that. You might share them with your future spouse on the first meeting, or just they might get the impression that you are someone who's really hardworking and who's really focused in their career, who has a lot of aspirations, ambition and goals, and they get the impression that you are really hardworking towards it, okay? With the Three of Pentacles, again, I'm getting, just look at it. The guy, like, who's working on it is really focused on it, and here the cat, its eyes are shining so much. So something about whatever you are focusing on, you are really passionate about it. So it could be a passion project, or it could be your work, whatever, but like your eyes are shining through, and that is something that they notice. Or something about your eyes, they might really like your eyes, or your eyes might shine up when you talk about your ambitions and your goals and dreams, and this is something that they notice and very like really like about you, you know um, with the ink here, something about something about your shoes or your eyebrows. I know it's like a weird combo, but like, yeah, with the ink I'm getting something about your shoes, might like it might be shining, or like it's a really nice shoes you're wearing, they might notice that. And or it could be something about your eyebrows might be like really dark, and what was the word, thick. That might be something that they notice. Take what resonates, okay? I'm just giving whatever is coming through. Something about your smell as well. See, with this the smoke from the candle is making me think about smell. that the smelling aroma. So something about your perfume is also really nice. It could be something really earthy with this leaves here as well. It could be earthy tone, like really soothing smell. So they are noticing a lot. They are noticing a lot of things, non-verbal cues as well, and smell, eyes, whatnot. They might be really observant, and you might also not. Sorry, it's a hair. Something about your hair as well might be. They are noticing everything about you. They're really observant in the first meeting, and you might not even like notice them noticing you, because with this card I'm getting like you're not aware of your surroundings. Even when you're talking with them, then also you might not notice how much they are noticing about you. Interesting. Then we have the world card. With the world card, again, they might get the impression that you are really determined. You are someone who if you're set your mind to something, that you're going to achieve it, you're going to finish the job. That's something that they get the impression. And also something about flowers. So the smell, it could be an earthy tone, or it could also be flowery, or it's also making me see, it's kind of similar to the clip, right? Something about your accessories, either it's a flower clip or it's a flower earrings if you wear those, or it could be something just you blooming like a flower. I mean, something, yeah, they're really not comparing, what was the word, not comparing, but it's like describing you in like earthy ways, flowers, earth, like really earthy ways. They're noticing a lot about you, and like they're kind of being poetic about it. They might also write a poem like after your first meeting. That could be something for some of you. Or your future spouse might be someone who's into poetry. Like, yeah, like a poetic flair is coming in. Then we have Knight of Cups. They will, like, yeah, they will find you attractive, and they might get a crush on you on the first meeting. They might develop feelings. I mean, first meeting, like, it depends on the people, right? Like, different people can get feelings at different duration, right? But for some of you, they might catch feelings on the first meeting, or for others of you, that might be like just like crushing on you. Yeah, they might want to ask you out after the meeting. They might think about you romantically. So, there are those people who first meet as friends, and they develop romantic interest after. But for you, I am not seeing that. Like, from their side, your future spouse's side, they will be romantic. They will see you as a romantic interest from the first meeting itself. Yeah. And with the Emperor, I think I've already covered these, like you being focused on your ambition, and you're also like someone who's practical. They might see you as someone who's practical, logical, or like just like a strong presence, leadership qualities. Then we also have Six of Pentacles, being generous, being helpful, being kind as well. With Eight of Pentacles, again, you might be really working on something, or with the World, maybe you have recently finished a goal, and then you are striving for a new goal. You are learning new things at the time when you meet them. So you might share them with your future spouse, or you might not, but they will get the impression that like you are striving for something new, you're striving for something better, or like you're trying to learn new things. You are really focused and hardworking towards it. Yeah. Now let's take a look at your oracle cards. So we have first this card, which came in reverse, and don't get alarmed. We do have the shadow attribute. Let's just read it first. Places material considerations and security above self empowerment. Okay. As I said, like, don't get alarmed. It might just be something like you might, in your first meeting or in your first interaction, you might talk about um, your finances and career goals a lot, like we have already seen it in the tarot, right, with all those pentacles cards. So they might get the impression that you are really focused on your career, and you might say something which might like pertain to like your interest in more. I mean, like, we have seen the logical and the practical side with the emperor, right? So like, yeah, they might get the impression that you are not really emotional while taking decisions, and you are like really practical about in life. You might not have a sensitive nature, like there are some people who are sensitive to certain topics, right? So they might get the impression that you are not sensitive to those topics, those certain topics. And I know it's a vague message, but then again, it depends on your guys's specific interaction. And it might be true or it might not be. It's just the first impression, okay? And I'm not saying they will see you as insensitive. That's not I'm saying. I'm saying like you will not get emotionally, um, like triggered. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you will not get emotionally triggered by those sensitive topics. Yeah. We then have the Mirkat responsibility. So they will see you as who's responsible, accountable, and like, yeah, like a responsible with all emperor energy as well, like a responsible person overall. And you might have this leadership role, and you might be responsible for a lot of people. You might be delegating a team, you might be leading a team of some kind in your workplace. Then and with the last card, the garden. Let me read it from the guidebook as it's a new deck for me. We have public, groups, crowds, gatherings, parties, pleasant, socialization, support system, audiences, events, meetings, internet, media, creativity, growing, social gatherings, or networking. Okay, so yeah, it is resonating with the previous messages. So like, you guys might meet in certain gatherings or meetings, events, parties, social gatherings, or networking. And actually, it makes so much sense if like you are networking, and if you are in a like a professional event or something. So like, you guys will talk about your career and your goals and all that. Yeah, that makes sense. But even if it's not the case for some of you, then it might be something like a party, or just any place where there is a lot of people, like a cafe or anything, and you're working, or you don't have to work specifically, but like you're focused on something, and then you guys meet. And I feel like your first interaction would be really filled with a lot of your opinions about your goals, your career, and like you guys sharing each other's aspirations, and like a lot of career and workplace conversations I'm getting. And with the garden, again, I'm getting you guys might take a walk in the garden if there's a garden nearby. Like if there is a too much crowd and you're not being able to talk, then you might guys decide to go like a little separate and talk, for some of you. Yeah. And a last message I'm getting, it's a bit okay. So it like whatever gender you might have doesn't matter, but like your future spouse might like your bottom. Okay. Then that's that. And Yeah, that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, then drop a like and comment what you feel like. And I'm also gonna do your first impression of your future spouse, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed already, you can subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Hey, group 2, let's take a look at what is your future spouse's first impression of you. We have Page of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, King of Wands, the Chariot, the Magician, the Fool. Okay. The Page of Pentacles, in your first meeting, you might share about something that you're working on with these two cards together. You might share about something that you are starting. Maybe you are starting a new business, maybe you are starting a new project or a new career path or a new course, anything new. And so with this, it's also interesting. Right after the Ace of Wands, we have the King of Wands. So it's like there's this impression that you're not starting from scratch. Like your future spouse would describe it as like maybe you are coming off as this Page of Pentacles, and yet you are not starting from scratch because they see you as this King of Wands. So maybe you have had similar experience in whatever you are relevant experience from whatever, like when whatever you're starting, or if not, then they might just see you as like, with you have a lot of required knowledge and resources already, like more than the average person who will start from like scratch. They might be more successful than you are at that point of time when you meet them, and yet they are just seeing your potential, and it's like they know it. They know it that you have more knowledge and potential and the required prerequisites, than the average person starting from scratch. That's the best way I can describe it. And it really depends on the situation. But yeah, like in a general way, that's the best way I can describe it. However, with the Ace of Wands, it's also, and the King of Wands as well, like they see you as someone who's really attractive. They are really attracted to you on their first impression, and like you are coming off as this beautiful, vibrant energy. We also have the Fool and the Magician card and the Chariot as well. Oh my god, yeah, you have so many major arcanas and a Court card, and then yeah, okay. So it's like they see different layers of you as well. With the Magician, the Fool, the King of Wands, it's like they see you as someone who is multifaceted, and yet like this culmination of vibrance and bright energy. With the Fool card, it's like they see you as someone who's so curious and adventurous, and like who has this so much potential. Yeah, like so much potential. With a Magician as well, like you being able to use your mind in your advantage, or like you being able to manifest. They might not exactly put it into like those words like manifest, but it's like they really see you succeeding. They could see the potential in the way, like they could say something like, okay, like to themselves, like, yeah, this person is meant to succeed. I can see it, I can tell, like that kind of energy. And it could also mean that you guys might be into manifestation work, and they might know or might not know about it. However, they are definitely seeing your potential, and they can definitely tell that you are meant to succeed. And with the Chariot as well, like it's not just about manifesting without actions. You are also taking actions, you are also being determined, and you're putting your mind into it. You're being perseverant, and like, yeah, you're really working towards something when you meet them. It's like something that you're passionate about, with the Ace of Wands, something that you're passionate about, something that makes your heart happy, and something that is important to you. Magician, like you are literally like building your life with the Fool as well. It's like you're going on a new adventure, you're going on a new path, you're just, I feel like you will meet them when you are like when you are stepping into this new era of your life where you're confident, where you are um, truly believing that you can manifest whatever you desire, you can create the life that you want, you're putting hard work into it, you are putting actions into it, and like on the very first stage of that era, your future spouse might pop in. Yeah. And then again, with the King of Wands, they see you as someone who's really initiative, who has this leadership qualities and entrepreneurial, yeah, mindset and qualities, and also really attractive. Yeah. Some of you guys may have a tattoo, or something about your hair might also be, you might have a cloudy hair. I mean, cloudy, like fluffy, or like voluminous. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Voluminous hair or curly hair, or yeah. And you guys might have a really youthful look to you. Like your face might be really youthful. Some of you might also look younger than your age. So like there's a youthful look to your face as well as your aura, and that doesn't mean they are looking at you as immature. No, that's not what I mean. But it's like this youthful vibrance, this like life energy, like full of life, full of curiosity, full of just like fresh energy, and they're like kind of mesmerized by it. Like they're being like, wow, like this kind of people are hard to meet, kind of. A lot of people nowadays are like really gloomy and uh, bogged down by life and like whatnot, but like you being this like bringing this fresh energy, this love for life, this optimism, might be a little idealism as well. This is fresh, that's what your future spouse is saying. Okay. With this card, there's so many roses here, and there's so much red here as well. They definitely find you attractive, but I also feel like there could be a romantic interest, like towards you in the first meeting. However, they might try to suppress it. I don't know, because the whole set of cards, it was like really like admiring you as a person, and just one card I'm seeing these roses as something like romance, but they might be not focused into it too much. They might be someone who does not believe in love at first sight, or who does not believe in like infatuating over someone. They might be someone who's more like building love over time, and like having that friendship first kind of person, whatever the case. Or they might be like really hurt in love, and like they don't trust their feelings. I don't know, that it could be many other reasons. However, definitely they can't deny that they are attracted to you, and there also might be like back in their mind, it might be something like this could be a really good romantic potential. This person is like, I mean, it could be nice to have them as a partner, back in their mind. It's not in the conscious, or like they're not like consciously thinking about it, but like back in their mind they might have that impression, if that makes sense. Some of you might have a pet, and you might talk about them, or they might see you with your pet on the first meeting. And if you don't have a pet, it might be they have a pet, and they would the impression, it's like, oh, my pet would really like this person. And of course, it doesn't have to be like you guys don't have to have a pet, or they don't have to have a pet. However, this if that's the case, then there's this loyalty kind of energy I'm getting. They might see you as someone on the first impression who is like really loyal to your goals, loyal to yourself, actually loyal to your happiness, and loyal as a person towards your loved ones. And like, yeah, they will be really impressed, that that I could say, like they will be really impressed on the first meeting. And back in their mind, it could be there's something like, this person is a really good romantic interest potential. And I know it's just a weird way to put it, I know, but it's like they're not actively pursuing it on the first meeting itself. And like, yeah, they're taking it slow, I feel, at least on the first meeting. Baki, I don't know. But yeah, let's take a look at your oracle now. We have bully, honeybee, and the house. We have this in reverse. Shadow attributes conceal deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. Okay, I do not want to trigger anyone, so I would say that they can tell on the first meeting that you have gone through like certain tough times in your life. And as it's a general reading, it can mean different things to different people, right? However, even if it's not you, you could have seen your parents in those tough times. However, okay, let's not talk about it. But even with the bully card, you could have faced bullying in the past. Whatever tough times, they could say that you have gone through something, and it might come off as some a bit of defensiveness, or a bit of concealing energy, in the way, not being secretive, but it like being really private. They could perceive you as someone who's really private. Even with the tarot cards, a lot of the messages were kind of, you know them talking with themselves in their head. So it's like there's a lot in the air, there's a lot, I'm assuming, or like I'm getting the impression. So it feels like you're being really private on your first meeting with them, or like when you first talk to them. There is certain kind of mysterious and private energy. However, they do they can tell that you have gone through some tough times. And regardless of that, you being such a fresh, optimistic, idealistic, I'm hearing pure as well, like they see you as a pure soul, like your energy is so pure, you as a person is so good and kind. They are just amazed by it, they're amazed by your strength. And it's I feel you will not talk about it, like not exactly, like you will not let them know what tough times you have gone through, or if you have gone through any. But just the way you talk, your wisdom, or like the way you present yourself, it's giving them the impression that, yeah, this person has gone through tough times, and yet they are so loving and kind, and this fresh energy, it's like a miracle kind of, oh wait, we were seeing that energy, like, yeah, like this person, like really fresh, how could they exist, kind of energy, you know like most of the people, as I already mentioned, I'm very gloomy these days, like especially when people go through some tough times, they can get bitter, right? But seeing you, it's like you haven't. Oh my god, I just realized I was talking about bitterness, and like we have the honeybee. Like, yeah, you're so sweet. See? There's no bitterness in you. Instead, you are so sweet and fresh, and like this. Oof. Yeah. They are so mesmerized by you. It's like how this person even exists, kind of energy. And that's why it's like back in their mind, like it could, this person could really be a like a romantic interest potential. And yet they are not like fully consciously thinking about it, because they want to get to know you more. Their focus is more on, I want to get to know this person, because first of all, you are being very private, and second, seeing this, fresh energy, they're like, I want to get to know this person more before they even consciously. It's like, how do I even explain it? It's like they're so focused on the mesmerization that that romance thing is not coming consciously, if that makes sense. I don't know, but yeah. And they could see you as someone, reciprocity. Oh, wait. So they could feel that you are also attracted to them. They could tell that you are also attracted to them. You are also impressed by them. They could feel something, something, a spark, or like a soul recognition. They might feel that, okay, this is reciprocated as well. That's really sweet. Then we have the house. With the guidebook, it says home, residence, property, domestic affairs, familiarity, family, security, stability, settling, harmony, materialism, projects, inheritance, the place for family in which one is most comfortable. Okay, so you guys might talk about like house or property, or you might have like as you're starting something new, you might also be in a new place as well for some of you. I don't know, with the house card, I'm actually getting like you guys literally talking about house. Either they are talking about their house or you are talking about yours, or like finding a house, searching a house, something like that, something along those lines. Yeah, because I don't feel like you're talking about your family or anything. I feel like you're literally talking about like house, property, and stuff. Yeah, some of you might start the business. You were starting a business or new project, right? Some of you, it might be about real estate or anything like that. So yeah, take what resonates, and that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed it reading, and I'm also gonna do your first impression of your future spouse. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed already, you can subscribe. I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye. Hi, Group 3. Let's take a look at your future spouse's first impression of you. We have Two of Swords, Six of Cups, King of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Five of Swords, and the Shadow side. Okay. So, with Two of Swords, first of all, your future spouse might be having a bit of contrasting impression of you. It's like they might see you as someone who is a bit of contrast. It's like you are multifaceted, or you might have different interests, or you might be a really good balance between, let's just for example, I'm saying introvert and extrovert, like being an ambivert, or like what are other like this kinds of typical. Some of you might be like, I like mountains and beaches equally, you know I mean. And I'm just giving examples. It's like they see you as someone who is a really expanded. That's the word I'm getting. However, I feel it means like you being able to like different things, maybe contrasting topics, you know, astrology, astronomy, quantum science, physical science, you know, a lot of seemingly finger quotes, contrasting topics. You might be interested in both. You might be like really vast personality, vast interests. And again, Two of Swords could also talk about they might be a bit of resisting what the other cards are saying. The other cards here with the Six of Cups, Nine of Cups, it's like it's kind of a wish fulfillment. They see you as kind of a wish fulfillment. It's like they might have been wishing to meet someone like you for a long time, and someone who could with whom they could feel this deep soul bond, like someone maybe, oh, have I met you before? Oh, you seem like, seems like I know you from before kind of energy. And for some of you, this might also be Six of Cups might also talk about someone you knew from as a child, and later when you meet, they might have the impression it's like, um, I knew them as a child and now they're so different. So two of swords might talk about which one is true. Kind of, I mean, it's see, I'm not being able, okay, wait. It's like, they have this kind of confused energy, but not in the way that what they feel about you, but in the way that what they feel about the situation. Maybe the circumstances you meet might not be really favorable to them, or they might feel it's not the right time. I've been wishing for someone like you, but I didn't know that you will come so fast. I don't know now. I'm kind of afraid. Am I ready for it? Kind of energy. It's like they're in their head about it, and it's not. It has nothing to do with you or your impression. It's like they are in their head about it, kind of, because might be their past experiences and their healing and all that, you know so don't get worried about that, because with the Six of Cups and the Nine of Cups, I'm definitely getting they will see you someone as their wish fulfillment, and they could feel the soul bond with you. Okay, so of course, the childhood stuff, not everyone will resonate with this. For some of you it could be a childhood friend, or for others of you it could just be like, past life energy. So they feel this child like um, nostalgia with you. So being the past life energy, being having that soul bond. So it's like they could, in the first meeting itself, they could feel a soul bond. They could feel a pull towards you, and maybe that pull is kind of making them scared. But with the shadow side as well, like there's this pull towards you, and they kind of feel like, oh my god, oh my god, it's the first meeting itself and I'm feeling so drawn to this person. Like, it's kind of this nervous energy. It's kind of this, they're catastrophizing it in their head. This might not be the real case, but like they're overthinking about it too much. I feel like it's like they're feeling so much pull towards you. Maybe it's the first meeting and they feel like, okay, this is so unlike me. I mean, I have just like met this person for one time and I'm like thinking about them like all the time now. Like, what is this going on? Like, I'm not familiar with this energy. Like, I am not like this usually. What am I doing? Like, what is this happening? Like all that thoughts, it's kind of troubling them. It's like, and they're feeling so strongly towards you, like a strong pull. It's like they're like, this is so unlike me. Like, how can just one meeting make me feel so drawn to them, you know and yeah, that's what I'm getting. It might be because like they might have had some past experiences where they have gotten their heart broken, and they are kind of scared like this might be again this kind of situation where they are getting their hopes high and they will get heartbroken. But it's your future spouse, so nothing like that will happen, of course. But in the first meeting, they are like, the first impression, they are kind of catastrophizing it in their head. But again, nothing to do with you, it's all about them, so don't worry. And I think this is the only pile when I'm getting like this, the energy of your first impression. It's more coming from talking about them and not you. However, with the King of Pentacles, they're definitely seeing you as someone who's grounded and like really calm. They're seeing you as someone who's calm and collected, like, cool and calm and collected, or cool and collected. Yeah, calm and collected. But yeah, someone really soothing facial expressions I'm getting. Like, you might have like a really soothing facial expression, and yeah, when they look at your face, it like calms them down, kind of. I think this will be more prevalent when you guys start dating and being in a relationship and marriage and whatever. It's like whenever they're really, I feel like they might be someone who is a bit like overthinking energy and a bit anxious kind of person. um, but whenever they see you and look at your face, it kind of calms them down. Oh, it sounds so romantic. I mean, that's what I'm getting. It's like, yeah, I feel like this could be in the later stage of the connection. However, something about your face, it's just like really soothing to them. And then yeah, you might dress in a really sophisticated manner, or maybe the first time they see you, you are dressed up like that. They would describe this look as something classy, something sophisticated. And you might not dress like this every day or might like regularly, but like the day you meet, you might be dressed up like that. So that's the impression they're getting. They really like your style. They like your face. I'm getting again and again when I'm seeing this card. It's like they really like your face. Even this card, like the facial expression, it's so soothing, you know. And I've never read this card this way, you know. It's the first time I'm noticing it like that. Like, yeah, they will really notice your face and your facial features and expression on the first meeting. Yeah. Um, Also, with the Five of Swords, I feel like you might be a bit busy, or they might be a bit busy when you guys first meet, or like something about multitasking I'm getting. I don't know from which side is this, but like something about multitasking, or even like their thoughts, like a lot of thoughts is going in their mind on the first meeting. I mean, they might be someone who really analyzes a lot, like analyzes surrounding situations and like an analyzer properly. And when the first meeting is happening, they might analyze a lot while it's happening and after it's happened. And they might think about the first meeting after it has happened a lot, and they will be in their head about it a lot again, because they are feeling this pull towards you. And they're also like, so something about your aura and your presence is also really calming to this person, like it calms their nerves down kind of. I'm getting, yeah. Or maybe this is, it might be like their regular energy, a bit of overthinking, a bit of this, that. However, if that's not the case, that this could very well mean the first meeting or like with you, because did I mention it? I'm not remembering it right. But if I haven't mentioned it, then I'm something about their past experiences, and them being heartbroken, them giving too much, or like them expecting the same that they gave, or like they really got heartbroken in the past, that I would say. And their inner child is really hurt as well. um, and with this, maybe they are not like this, maybe or maybe not. They're this overthinking kind of energy in their everyday life, in every area of their life, depends on whoever watching, because it's a general reading. However, for love life, for sure, I'm getting they could be this energy, this anxious, overthinking, over analyzing, analyzing every detail of the conversation kind of person, at least in the love life, if not others areas. They could very well not be in other areas anxious, but in love life, yeah. And it's a really interesting energy, because everything about the meeting is so great. It's so great that it's making them anxious. It's so great that it's making them scared. Like, okay, is this real? does that really happen? Is this real? What am I feeling? Is this like gonna lead me astray, or like, you know, that kind of energy. Let's take a look at your oracle cards. Oh my god, it's 13 minutes already. This could very well be their energy, them over explaining things. Okay. We have the prince using power over oh my god, self aggrandizement. What is that? I mean, like, yeah, I know what is that, but like, oh, it's so hard to pronounce. Whatever. Okay. So with this, I'm getting, it came in shadow aspect. Maybe that's the kind of person they attracted in the past. Someone who's really prideful, someone maybe narcissistic, maybe really selfish. You know, someone really selfish. Maybe that's the kind of person they have attracted in the past, and maybe they don't believe in themselves anymore, or like they really have their doubts when choosing partners, or like being in a new romantic situation, because really, like, they see you as their wish fulfillment right on the first meeting. So it's kind of, the kind of really, you know, in their head about it. Okay, why is this reverse? I'm not taking this in reverse. Tiger will. Okay, they see you as someone who is strong, perseverant, who has a really good willpower, whose mind works in beautiful way. Maybe you guys will have a really deep and mind stimulating conversation, and that maybe that's something that they really like. And maybe they have been looking for someone like that, who will be able to have, like, you know, good conversations with them. So I feel like, yeah, everything about the meeting is so great. It's like their wish fulfillment, and they're seeing you as this tiger energy, someone who's strong, willpowered, and perseverant, and go-getter kind of energy, but who's also really graceful, and a bit spiritual energy is coming in with the 7 number as well. Like, maybe the meeting happened in a really serendipitous way. Then we have the rider. They definitely have romantic interest towards you in the first impression. Definitely, they might find your hair really attractive. They might find you really charming. Yeah, they might find you really charming. Then I'm reading the rider card from the guidebook, because it's a new deck. It says news, messages, invention, ideas, lover, young person, visitor, intuition, opportunity, surprise, soon, renew, return, movement, change, news coming in short order, or a person of significance. Oh my god, a person of significance. That's exactly how they feel. That's exactly how they feel towards you. The first impression is like, okay, this person is significant. Maybe they are a bit spiritual, and they can tell, you know, they could see, it's like, this person is significant in my spiritual path, or my growth, or, you know, like, they will help me, teach me, like, serendipitous connectedness, soul bond kind of energy, you know. So they will see you as someone who's, okay, this person is really significant in my life, or like, not in that way, I mean, they might describe it as, this person, like you, will be really significant in their life in the coming future. They can see that. Yeah, they can tell from the first meeting. Okay, you know, like, when we meet someone, and like, yeah, this person will be significant soon. That kind of energy. I hope I could explain it. But definitely, they will see you as someone, kind of like, they waited for you. They waited a long time for meeting someone like you, and now you're finally here. And it's like, yeah, this person is going to be important, and maybe that's why it scares them, because of their past experiences, because they can tell that you're going to be significant in their life, and they're kind of worried if that's going to lead to another heartbreak or not, but not, because this is your future spouse. And yeah, something, news, messages. So I think after you guys meet, the first meeting, you guys will really talk a lot in text messages or calls, or like, you guys will be chatty towards each other, I mean, with each other. after you guys meet. So like there will be a really good friendship forming, a really good bond forming. You guys will have great conversations, and yeah, their intuition is also saying, like their intuition is also pulling them towards you, you know. And it's also like they're seeing you as someone who's like, this person is going to change my life. I mean, this person not in a way that they're dependent on you, not in that way. I'm feeling it's like, you know, when you meet someone, it's like, okay, my life is going to change now. I mean, they could tell because the energy that you bring is so different from the people they have met before. And your perspectives, you guys' conversation, you guys expand each other's perspectives and consciousness in many different areas. Like whatever topic you talk about, you guys may have a bit of different perspectives, and like in that way you might like expand each other's perspectives, and like really like renewing and changing energy, transformative energy. Like they will see it as like, you know, like, yeah, this person will bring about a lot of changes. I can feel that. It's like maybe they are I mean, of course you will change, change their life because you are the future spouse. It's like this, it's a really definitive before and after, before meeting you and after meeting you kind of life, you know, in their life. I mean, I think you guys will bring about a new era in their life, or maybe will be in their new era when you meet them. So it's like they could tell, they might be really spiritual or like intuitive in that way, that they could tell that this person, you will be really significant in the coming days. I can feel that. I can feel a soul bond. I can feel a soul connection. I can feel something, soul contract going on. And I can feel there's changes coming in, you know, that kind of soul contract energy. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Oh my god. I've gone on and on about it, and like, yeah, it's really their energy. I'm so sorry, I've taken extra time. They might be really in their heads, seriously. But yeah, that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I'm gonna also do your first impression of your future spouse, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed already, you can subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye.